All right, good morning. This is Yolanda Hinton, host of FYI Morning Show Live, along with co-host Everette, aka Mr. E. Mr. E, how are you doing?
And I am doing wonderful. And good morning to you, and to everyone. And thank you so much for joining in with us. Oh, God, we couldn't do it without you. It's a beautiful day here in the 757. The sun is going to be popping, the temperature is going to be hot, but it's still what they call pneumonia weather. It's light weather for catching colds and allergies and all that mixed together. So, hey, it's a beautiful day in the 757. And guess what? I want you to be my friend, okay? Thank you.
All right. Well, I tell you, let's welcome our friends. Let's welcome Facebook Live, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we promise we'll shout you out.
You promise?
Promise, especially if you go to our YouTube channels, Crystal Records 1, CRISTO Records 1, and the newest one at FYI Radio Show, host Yolanda Hinton, and those that are on other platforms besides TikTok. If you want to come over to TikTok sometime, come over to Y Hinton, YHINTON. Make sure you like, share, follow, subscribe, and we will follow you back. What a beautiful day, Mr. E. This is Wednesdays.
Okay.
Hump day. This is hump day, the middle of the week. You all should be up and popping. I tell you what, the change of the weather, I just heard somebody just recently on television talking about the change of the weather and how they're still dragging. Mr. E, how you feel about the change of the weather plus the change of the time? How you dealing with it?
When you think about the changing of the weather, changing of the time, changing of you find yourself at a humbug stage. In other words, you're still trying to make the adjustments because day is still light at 6 o'clock here, and night is still early at about 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. You see the breaking of a new day, but you still have a long day that you got to
Yes.
continue to grind on a daily basis. You got to continue to grind on a daily basis. Why? Because night
That's just how it is. Good
because
morning.
night is longer, and when you look up at it, 7 o'clock is dark.
Absolutely. We want to say good morning to John, Ash. We have Ashley here, Florence. Wow, we have so many folk. The esteem, I believe, no, essential gifts. I believe that's it. I'm not sure. But good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for your support. So this is Hump Day Wednesday, the middle of the week. And not only are we happy that it's Hump Day, Mr. E, we're happy that it's Women's History Month.
That's right. It's still Women History Month, and we want to say congratulations to all the women.
Absolutely. We've done great things. We will continue to do great things. We've come a long way in our history. We've gone through so many things, but we are still in it to win it. And we are overcomers, and we're getting better. And we are hoping that you all are feeling good about yourselves, that you're keeping up with some of the information that's coming out all over the place, all internationally. People are talking about Women's History Month, giving you information on wonderful women have done great things. And you can also celebrate yourself because you're in that mix. Today is FYI Wednesday segment, What's Under the Hat? Issues concerning men. What we're going to do, we're going to kind of like move over to something that I think all of us are going to have to look at, educate ourselves, and make a choice. And that is Virginia needs to know about the election vote for the redistricting amendment. Not only Virginia, but see a lot of these things are happening, redistricting, let me get it right. across the map. Um, and we're going to talk about what the amendment is. We're going to encourage you to go out to vote. We're going to ask you, are you a voter and why not? But in the meantime, Mr. E, you were talking about this particular story that you saw recently. Let's talk about first what this amendment is, it entails.
Well, see, here's the thing that you got to remember. Come April the 21st, it's time for us to vote. Yeah. Come April the 21st, it's time for us to vote. And to go out there and vote is dealing with the General Assembly of redrawing of the state, of different redrawing of states, redrawing of parts of the city, that's redrawing where the Republicans is trying to get more of the map than anybody else. You know, so and so what they're doing is trying to change around certain neighborhoods, certain parts of the city, so that the other part, Democrat Republicans, can get the majority of what's going on. So they can, the Republican Party, well, let me go ahead and put it like this, so that the Republican Party can get more of the votes and dominate the House. That's
Yeah.
what this is all about.
Absolutely. Like you said, the voters will decide on April 21st on the constitutional amendment that would allow the General Assembly to redraw the state's congressional district mid-decade. It's amazing that all this is going on. You know, people are doing a lot of different things to assure that they win. You know, I feel like, hey, let's try to win fair and square, but now we're in the middle of this thing. And this is what some of the key points are, Mr. E. The proposal, it would grant state legislators a one-time window, listen to this, until October 2030 to bypass the bipartisan redistricting commission and redraw U.S. House maps if others have done the same. So we know, like we just said, they got Republicans, they're doing their thing, they're redistricting on their map. Now here, the Democrats, hey, they want the same thing. The conflict is that Democrats argue this restores fairness by countering Republican-led redistricting in other states. Republicans contend it is a power grab
That's it.
that
That's
undoes the 2020 reforms, which created the Independent Commission. Somebody trying to undo something so they can get ahead, Mr. E.
And that's all it is a power struggle. Just in case some of our listening audience don't know what a bipartisan is, it's involving agreement, cooperation to two political parties. It's a bipartisan is to trying to get one party to be dominant than the other, to be greater than the other, so that they can stack the deck and win. It's just like a basketball player, a baseball game. They put all the heavy hitters in there first, the stars in there first, so they can dominate the game. And they get, by any means necessary, they go get folk. They go get folk and put it in, knowing that they're not part of the team for the year, but they go get them and stack the deck. It's just like the President of the United States. He was a Democrat. Then he went from a Democrat to becoming a Republican. And then he went from being a Democrat to becoming independent. He became an independent. Now he became a Republican because he's a bully, and because he's a bully, the Republicans are a bully, and they try to dominate by any means necessary the political party that they're part of.
Well, the impact, if it passed, a new map already provisionally approved by Governor Spanberger, which is Virginia's newest governor, would take effect for the 2026 midterms. Analysts suggest that this shift the current 65 Democratic split to as much as 10-1. It would really change things. It would change the numbers. So the current status, early voting is already underway as of March the 6th, Mr. E. Although a lower court initially ruled the amendment unlawful, the Virginia Supreme Court allowed the referendum to proceed while legal challenges continue. This is a fight for votes, for a fight
Right.
to make things, according to the Democrats, to make things fair. But like you said, it's a thing to grab. Uh, but I'm telling you, if you got one side that's grabbing and pulling, the other side has to fight for the same. And so that's what's going on. They're fighting for the same opportunity to, to have that map drawn in their favor.
And see, this is the thing that gets me so much of. They're trying to take away the power of the people. They're
Mhm.
trying every technique they can do to take the power from the people. It's the people that has to make sure that we put the right people in office.
Yeah.
It's not according to what political party that you may be a part of. It's the people that need to get out there and vote. It's the
Yeah.
people that needs to make the state their cases and their opinion. It's not for the parties to be dominant so that the party, you don't even have to listen to the people. All you got to do is make decisions and it's all good. It's just like the president of the United States. Because he's got people on his back, he's just making it so that he can call the shots and nobody will buck up against him. It's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be where you got a political party in what that you participate in, a part of, to go to the court, to state houses, and the governor to state your case, to write it off, to make sure it's all good, but not for them to make decisions without you being a part of.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am so upset because now they got a race going on, and April the 21st is when folks need to go and vote. So they wouldn't try to change or stack the deck and make one side greater than the other. So you hear false mail out. You get false information. You get everything under the sun that's not appreciative. That's
Yeah.
not for you. They're gaining up on you. And I want the people to be wise. I want the people to understand that this is a trick out there brought to you by the Republican side, brought to
Well,
you by the President of the United States.
well, let's talk about that in a minute. But again, I wanted to just look at the fact that it's so much that is in the mix that is on the, like you were saying, on the trickery side. Meaning, why is it that we have to get into finagling and doing things to make our voting experience bad? Why is it that we have to be disenfranchised? And I'm talking about we as a nation. Why is it that we've got to look under the bed and in the closet for crookdom and all kind of stuff? Why is it we just can't see who the candidates are, who those in Congress we want, what leaders we want to choose, without all the foolery that goes along with it? It begins to be too much. Why? Because now you want my vote, but you want to fool me, some of these folks. Now you want to trick me, some of these people. And so, Mr. E, you just brought it up. Some of the stuff that's going on, and especially here in Virginia, there has been a mailer that came out, a mailer, somebody mailing information. Tell us about that.
And yes, that's right. Thank you so much. There are mail outs. There are mail outs trying to trick you. There are different mail outs that you see that might be in your mailbox. There are different information that you see that they're publicizing on TV just to fool you, just to trick you. For example, we know that we need to go down on April the 21st and vote yes. Yeah, so
Mhm.
that they would not change the status of a different state. But here's a trick that you're looking at. You got President Trump picture on a mail out. And because he's got a mail out and the mail out is reading, go down and vote yes for with his paper picture on the paper, and their strategy is that 99% of the people see his picture and they don't like him anyway, and they gonna vote no. That's a trick. That's a trick. They want you to vote no so that the Republicans may be able to win. But if you continue to vote yes, if you vote yes, then that they would never redirect or redraw or not or separate the places, the poll station, the nation like they trying to do in Virginia. So
Yes.
please, so I'm asking you to please be on alert because you are now, it takes us as people to go down to the polls, Democrats and Republicans, whether or not you're going to be for right or wrong.
Absolutely. So what's happening? The Virginia lawmakers are criticizing the anti-redistricting mailer, which Jim Crow era with Jim Crow era images, y'all. They're sending out mailers, and it says Virginia Attorney General Jay Jones condemned flyers with Jim Crow era images, discouraging voters from supporting redistricting in the state. The mailers, which Jones told WTOP. Um, he first learned about last weekend and featured pictures of the Ku Klux Klan and from the Civil Rights Movement. On such mailers said, our ancestors fought to represent us. Now Richmond politicians are trying to take our district away. So it encourages people, Mr. E, if you're a Democrat, to vote no when you should be voting yes. You see this thing, you're appalled. You said, they say, wherein you have to have a clear understanding and a good understanding of how you should vote. They're mixing it up. That's what I'm saying. You got to look under the bed and in the closet for a whole lot of crooked ways that people are doing things. And so, like Mr. E was saying, you got Trump on there, and a lot of people they do not favor Trump. So anything that he has on anything, if you're a Democrat, they would say no to. And so, wherein Democrats should be choosing yes in the vote, some people the strategy is to make them think that this is something against them, African American people, so they can vote no.
That's like they got another one that you see called Jim Crow. Jim Crow. It's just all a publicity stunt. They all are making it sure that you would vote for them in their favor. Listen, my brothers and sisters, ignore, ignore and vote yes. That's all you got to hear from me. Vote yes and don't get caught in the riffraff. Vote yes. It's all you got to remember to go down to the polls on April the 21st and vote yes. Don't listen to the riffraff. Don't listen to nobody else. Just learn to vote YES. So they won't read. They won't rework the community. They won't divide the maps up for Democrats and Republicans.
Well,
The people has to make it possible for us. We got to get out and do our part. I am
absolutely.
so I
Yes,
was
absolutely. Well, I tell you what, who else is appalled? The NAACP is a
that's right.
nonpartisan group.
That's right.
Well, they're deeply engaged in political advocacy to safeguard our communities. And the purpose of the mail, as Jones said, is to suppress the vote. That's what I'm saying. Why in the world can't we just freely vote without, all this? This is to suppress the vote. It's to make sure that people don't go make their voices heard during this election. And Democrats want to vote Democratic most of the time. And so, it's a ploy, it's a scheme to have them to vote, thinking that they're voting against something, but they are really voting against themselves. And look, listen to this, Mr. E. The flyers said they're paid for by a group called Democracy and Justice PAC. Former Virginia delegate A.C. Cordoza, which is an African American Republican, is listed as the chairman, according to Virginia Board of Elections documents. He said, I couldn't see why this is insulting. He can't see why they say it's insulting. Cardoza told WTOP, he said, I'm a black man. I don't want my black vote to be taken away. Now, that is amazing. So anyway, it is, then why try to fool? If you feel so passionate about something, do it with the truth of what you believe, not by trickery.
Miss Hinton, and you're right. Do it with what you believe. If you feel that this is the way that you should go or your community should go, make a stinker, make a noise about it, and let them know that this is the way. That's why I brought it to the attentions of Miss Hinton to let our listening audience know, because this segment for supposed to be issues concerning men. And so I decided, I said to her, we need to talk about this voting, because there's too many scabs out there, and there's too many people that out there trying to trick. It's enough that America is at war. It's enough that we're being hoodwinked because of the making right wrong. It's enough that we're going to the left instead of going to the right. It's now time for us to take a stand and pull our communities and our world back together. We're seeing right be made wrong, and wrong be made right. So now, right before our very eyes, they hoodwinking us. They causing us to go to another set of the side of the track. So listen, my friends, listen to me, my neighbors. I want you to decide, because you got the power. You are the people. You got the power. If you don't tell nobody nothing else, tell them of what's going on in your community. Tell them that they tried to hoodwink you again. Tell them that they tried to pull another scab over your head. Tell them so that they can be aware of what's going on, and that mega doesn't need to be a part. Some of these false mailers have MEGA, mega, on the back of it. Some of these false mail outs are having pictures of Donald Trump. Some of these false mail outs, you see them coming across in Montgomery, when they come across the bridge, you're going to see all of that. Some of these mail outs got Jim Crow. They bring in all that stuff so that they can bring awareness, so that they know the dedicatedness that we have for our community, for our people, for our culture. They know that we're for the people. And so they coming
Yes.
out with different mail outs that's trying to hoodwink you. Your governors, your senators, your leaders in your community, pay close attention to what they're saying. Ask questions when you go to the poll. That's right. Ask questions about this thing called redistricting. Ask questions about the Constitutional Amendment. Ask questions about the bipartisan. Ask questions so that you wouldn't get caught up.
Absolutely. You definitely have to really educate yourself in this day and time, because and be aware. On both sides, if you ask me, it's getting out of hand. And when we're choosing leaders, we just need to know what the truth is about who wants to lead us, or what party wants to lead us. Whether you're Republican, Independent, whatever, Democrat, let's do it right. And let's stop with the trickery. It's funny, Mr. E, that people are sitting back, these leaders and things, and some of these organizations sitting back in back rooms, looking to fool voters, looking to keep voters suppressed and keep them from voting, and making sure they don't get a clear picture of where they should vote, what they should vote for, and things like that. This is a crooked scheme that needs to be stopped. So hopefully, people will educate themselves. They'll look deeper, harder. When you hear something, go in and find out if it's truth, it's a lie, or what. You don't want your vote going to waste. It's bad enough folk go hard. Some of these folk don't go to the polls, Mr. E, but to be hoodwinked and tricked, to go to the polls to do things and vote for things is really an ungodliness.
And get that out of your mindset that my vote don't count. Your vote does count. Did you not know that when you don't go to the polls, that's a yes for the other person and a no for who need to win?
Mm-hmm.
Did you not know, because you have an authorization and have a right, a God-given right to vote, that that our people fought very hard for us to be able to go to the polls, that many
Yes.
that already paid their prices, to pay their taxes, whatever they need to pay down in Alabama, for them to go down and vote. Women, strong women who have been down there. Listen, Do not abuse the right. Don't go down there and do what you got to do because you got God given right. And so many folks to now Miss Hinton has an authorization to be reinstated, to go and get reinstated so that your voice can be heard. Never get to the point and tell somebody my vote don't
Mhm.
count. Well, your
Absolutely.
vote does count. And
Absolutely.
and you need to stress that amongst your children. Educate your children. Take your children. School is closed that day on the 21st. Take your children out there
Mhm.
with you and let them see and hear and understand what is going on. Well, baby, the
Absolutely.
reason why I'm going out here today is because one, they're trying to hoodwink us, and they know what it is. They're trying to throw snowballs on, they're trying to throw shade on us. So what I want you to do to understand and to listen and to be ready for they trying to put us in another trick. It's a shame that the
Absolutely.
White House trying to trick us. Listen,
Yeah.
you listen to FYI radio show. I'm Ed Everett along with the host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. Don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10. Listen, this is nothing but the truth. We're talking about voters on today, and I got a heart and a drive. You might see more of me coming on later on to get you folks to come out and vote. Your vote does count.
Absolutely. It is very important that you educate yourself and that you make sure you know what the issues are. We don't need people backing off of the vote or going to vote uh, because we are voting for leaders. We are voting for people to lead us, and we want people to lead us that have our best interests in mind, our family's interests, our community, our world. And so, some people are going to really start feeling a certain kind of way when people even mention the word vote. I don't vote. I heard somebody say that, a celebrity say that. I don't vote. I didn't vote for this one. I didn't vote for that one. Well, what leader do you want? Who do you want to lead you? Somebody's making laws and rules and regulations and all kind of things for you. What if it's against your best interest? What if you believe in something and you just let somebody lead you that is going to take you down the abyss, the road of whatever, wherever, a dark place. A lot of women found that out during the election, talking about National Women's Month. And I mentioned this the last show that, uh, women were going to rah women's rights. Oh, let's do this. Let's have all our health rights and medical rights and all the things we need for our bodies. And yes, oh, woo, and went and voted to someone that took their rights, most of their rights away. Can you believe it? You knew what certain people stood for, certain leaders, and you went ahead and you put them in. Why? By just not doing what you're supposed to do to protect yourselves. And so this is what we're trying to tell you. In Virginia, they're talking about redistricting the map, and they're doing it to make it a even, playing field. Republicans have done it in states. Um, um, Democrats now feel like, hey, wait a minute, y'all, you all going to try to mess us up for the midterms. This is all about the midterms and getting that congressional map, you know, on an even, or they want to be the, the Democrats want the House and the Senate, and the Republicans want the House and the Senate. But this is the thing: don't do no trickery. Don't do trick things. Don't trick us into doing certain things. Uh, do it by the will of the people. And so, again, in Virginia, the lawmakers are criticizing the anti redistricting mailer with Jim Crow image by African American Republican that's saying, hey, let's put this stuff up here uh, and let them think. This is what they're saying. This is what the leaders are saying in Virginia. They have this person saying, let's trick them with this Jim Crow, this Jim Crow. If you think it's Jim Crow, you're going to say no, 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 no. And it's like, come on now, all you grown people out here, All you grown up folk, all you grown up leaders, stop with the foolery. You're talking about our lives, our families, our community, our world, and we do not want to have to go through to the polls by being tricked for our vote. We don't want that. Come on now, y'all grown, all you grown leaders, grown folk now. You can't talk about the children. Stop talking about what children and teenagers are doing, grown people, because it's too much mess going on in these high places and with our leaders. Leaders, you need to lead with integrity. Leaders, stop the mess in Congress. We're sick of it. We're sick of the foolery on both sides. Let's get it together and let's give people a chance to get educated and to be able to discern what kind of information that we're getting, not by tricks. And so I hope you all go to the polls. You know, in different states, they're having primaries. But in Virginia, we're getting close to getting, hi, Amanda, how are you? We're getting close to, well, they've already started March the 6th. And I tell you what, you all, those in Virginia, make sure that you are keeping up with what's going on, that you listen carefully. You know, you have the right to vote any way you want, but I say don't vote because somebody have tricked you and put out a mailer that make you think one way when it's not that way. When you know you want to vote as a Democrat and they want to trick you into voting as something else. So we wanted to bring you this information because not only are we dealing with these primaries and redistricting issues, but the midterms are coming up, and we wanna see change you can believe. We need change because these folks and these leaders are all over the place. They fighting, they can't get along, they are divided, they got a lot of mess with them. They just don't want stuff to go in. Everybody's stopping this, that, and the other. And the people are sitting back, some with their heads in the sand, and others are sitting there, don't know what to do. It reminds me of bullying. I have a bullying initiative, and it's dealing with three types of, and you have the bully, you have the bystander, and you have the victim. And so sometimes we see that in politics, people just standing by and like, I'm an American, but I see nothing. I don't see it. It's there right in front of my eyes, but I don't see it. I don't see that Congress can't get along for nothing. I can't see what some of our leaders are doing. I'm too busy living my life. Well, don't you know when you choose leaders, it's going to have an effect on your life and on your community, on your family, on your world? Don't you know that? And so please pay attention. You may not vote. Maybe you need to start voting. Some of you grown folks, they real grown, got your head in the sand, won't vote. Maybe you need to vote. We need good leaders. We need good leaders. And we don't need people just taking us down a dark road in the abyss, taking all kind of rights from us. Women, this is Women's History Month. Women, you gonna sit back and do it again? You did it in the election, sat back and let somebody just take your rights to your body. And are you gonna do that again? Women, all this, we gonna do this. Oh, we're going to do this. Oh, we're going to do this and that and that. Oh, we out there marching. And the next thing you know, your rights are gone. Why? Because you didn't go out there and vote for the right leader, for right leadership all across the board. You understand what I'm saying? Across the board. And so let's do better. Let's get better. Let's encourage one another to vote, encourage your children to get involved in their community, register to vote, pay attention to what's going on, because this stuff is affecting us. Oh, wow. It's affecting us. Who is Jones Rogers? Ah, happy birthday. He says, stay blessed. Rogers Jones. We have, who else do we have up here on TikTok? Sherry, um, Henny Man. Is it Henny Man? My friend Amanda, beautiful friend. Chiquita, how are you? Uh, Camel Candy, Bobby, Yvonne, just so many people up here. I want to know what you all think. What is your opinion? Are you a voter? Do you vote? Do you care? I guess some people say, look, I'm just living my life. Let those folks fight it out. But whatever you don't address, you may get something that you don't want. You ever ignored a problem in your body, you sick, or you got something on your hand or whatever, whatever, and you just say, look, let me just ignore these symptoms. Something's wrong. Let me just ignore. There was a young lady, a celebrity. She said, I'm going to act like this problem is not there. And it took her under. Why? Because she chose to ignore it. It's not there. All the symptoms are there. It's not there. And I'm not talking about faith and things like, I'm talking about symptoms that are there that's telling you need to go to the doctor. And so we do that in politics. We do that when it comes to leaders. Don't care who get in there. Don't care who gets in there. Don't want to get involved. Don't want to see it. And then when you have all your rights taken, or most of your rights taken away, or rights that you used to have, it's gone right now, right from under your nose, they pull it right up, it's gone. Don't sit up here and cry, because we have a chance to vote and to make sure we have leaders that have our best interests in mind. So look, Virginia, there's a mailer out there. If you choose to vote Democratic, don't fall for this mailer that's out there that is showing us in that light of Jim Crow. What Jim Crow. So you'll say, oh, no to that. Ku Klux Klan, oh, no to that. It's a plot, according to our leaders, Democratic leaders. They're saying, don't fall for it. You should be going to the polls and say yes to redistrict so Democrats can have a fair chance, just like Republicans. Let's make this thing fair. And let's stop with the tricks, leaders. Congress, stop with the tricks. Stop it. And let our people, our American people, get truth, and they're able to vote according to what's true. Okay, so listen, we got some great shows coming up. I wanted to give you all that information. Of course, we have our FYI After Dark coming up. We have some great shows, some hot topics. We want you all on Mondays at 6 o'clock to come over to social media and enjoy the program with us. Get involved, talk to us, speak to us, and let us know how you feel about certain topics. If you have any suggestions for topics, or if you want to be a special guest, that can be possible too. Drop your name in the inbox. And I'm going to give you the number and email soon. I want to say good morning to Monica and Mr. Don't Go Where? I don't see the last part. But thank you for joining me this morning. Let's see who else is up here that I haven't seen. Sherry Battle. I think I said hello this morning. Andre Cross, how are you? Good to see you here. So many that are on Facebook Live, Sheila Robbins, all our friends. Thank you for joining us. Mark Howard, you're a blessing. Thank you so much. Everybody that's on, say something in the chat, say hi so we can acknowledge that you're there and to just send a little heart to you that we love you and we thank you so much for your support. Some other shows that are coming up, guys. We have Darlene Washington Sparks. She's with Portsmouth Volunteers for the Homeless. We're going to be talking about women and the homeless. This is a part of our Women's History Month segment. And, in the past, people thought that homeless meant, some vagrant, some hobo, but that's how people kind of like coined it. There's some old bum in the street. That is not what it is. Because if you pay attention, and I'm sure all of you have, homelessness does not look like a hobo anymore all the time. It looks like families. It looks like women. It looks like men that work. It looks like people that are on drugs and have hard time. It's not just that typical stereotype that everybody thinks is a hobo under a bridge. Some people are living in cars. Some people are living in shelters. Some people are living on the street. Some people are living under the bridge. Some people are living at people's homes. Some people are living wherever they can live for a moment in a tent. I saw a man with a hammock. He had put a hammock up. He was sleeping, had his bags and everything in a hammock. The city came and just moved them. But hey, this is the way. Wherever these folks, these wonderful people that have been through so much, they have to find a place. Now, listen to me when I say wonderful people, because some people fall on hard times, and we're not beyond or above, hard times coming. We just went through a pandemic. People lost their family members. They lost their jobs. Look at what's happening now in the economy. People are losing jobs. So if we're not sitting back looking down on folk that are homeless, we're gonna make sure we pray and we support these organizations like Miss Darlene Washington Sparks, the organization Portsmouth Volunteers for the Homeless, because they're doing a great work. And again, there are plenty of women that are homeless. There are plenty of them in the street. There are plenty of them. I just met a young lady, homeless, and being trafficked as well. So we've got to make sure we support organizations that house people, that help people. Even if you just can pray for folk. It is a hard thing to sit and talk to people that have fallen on hard times, sometimes no fault of their own. They can't get right, or they can't get up, or they can't get help. So we've got to make sure we support. So we're going to be coming on with Darlene. She's going to be on the 20th right here at 9:30 a.m. and talking to you about women and homelessness and the things that can be done, how you can help those that are homeless. Also, cryptocurrency, money, and more. We have Mr. Jason Baker scheduled for the 25th, which is on a Wednesday, our Men Issues segment. And we hope you join us, talking about needing more money to survive. Have you all noticed all the things that are going up? I mean, everything. And now with this war, you're talking about gas prices going off the roof, man. I'm telling you. How high can it go? How high can it go? Now, some of you all are very young, I'm quite sure. Some of you may not be my age, but there has been times when gas have gone up so high, it's like unbelievable. And so at the time, one time gas went up, they began to talk about carpooling. I don't know, I'm sure you all remember that. Carpooling, that's where all that came from. Get together, look, and ride together. We may have to go to that, carpool. We may have to go to like Europe, the bikes. You never know. President Trump promised that those gas prices are going to go down. shortly, but we shall see. Because sometimes when you say shortly, shortly may be a year, shortly may be a few months. We're hoping that we don't have to, along with all the other things that's going up in our economy, that we don't have to deal with trying to get somewhere. So let's see how that plays out. We're going to be talking about money and more, needing money, how we can best manage and steward money. Some people are not good stewards. Let's just tell it like it is. You may have a good job, but don't know how to steward, don't know how to stop spending, don't know how to save, don't know how to stop wasting. Huh? Buying things that are not good investment, investing in things that are not good investment, going over the top, living beyond your means. Come on now. Let's talk about money. Let's talk about cryptocurrency, Bitcoins, and all that kind of stuff. Educating yourself because it is here and it's here to stay. Now we're going to have to learn what it is, why it is, what to do, and is it going to compete with our current money? What our money looks like now, no more pennies, y'all. The nickels, the dimes, the quarters, the dollars. Is it going to compete with our current currency? Let's find out. Jason Baker will be here to talk about that and more. We're going to continue with our International Women's Month. On Friday, we'll be talking and doing a review of one of Tyler Perry's movies, and we'll announce that in a little bit. What it is, I'll put the information on. Want you all to join us. And we're going to talk about some of the things that women have gone through in the military. You know, I can remember my aunt and my grandmother being in the military. It's just amazing to look back and see their pictures and things like that, and know that women played a crucial part in the military. Yes, they got their chance and opportunity to be in the military. Women are now in the military, signing up for to serve their country. They want to serve their country. They want to educate themselves. They want to make a steady income. And so women are choosing the military. We'll talk about that as well on Friday. We'll continue with our men's issues and our Fun Friday segment. And of course, Monday Sports Talk. You know, we're highlighting the NBA right now. You know, we do the NFL, our radio shows on the NFL. So we will repost from time to time. But yeah, we're going to do sports talk, and we're going to talk about women in sports as well. The WNBA, the NBA, women in sports that have done great things and have made great strides. You know, we had just talked about Venus Williams and Serena Williams and how, you know, they had made that impact. But before then, there were others that came down the line and just paved the way for these ladies, not only to be able to play tennis, but to make that money. My God, talking about money, honey. Talking about money. They're able to get endorsements. They're able they're multi-millionaires. They may be almost billionaires. Who knows? Eventually, it may come to that. But the opportunities that women have in sports, the money that they can make, the impact that they can make is absolutely phenomenal. We'll be talking about that on Sports Talk and more. Now, please don't forget to follow us on social media. You know, we have FYI hosted by Yolanda Hinton on YouTube. I wish you all would go there and follow and subscribe. Of course, TikTok, Y Hinton, YHINTON. Make sure you follow and subscribe. Tell your friends about the show. And of course, Facebook. We got Facebook over here. We got all kind of pages on Facebook. We got Facebook, IFI Facebook page. We have Yolanda Hinton's personal page, Edward Evans' personal page, Yolanda Hinton's fan page. We got Bullvic. We got it all. Just go over here, Yolanda Hinton, Facebook Live. Make sure you follow over here too. We got TikTok. TikTok. We just mentioned TikTok. Instagram, LinkedIn. Would love to see you over there on LinkedIn at Y Hinton. Twitter, Y Hinton. Instagram, FYI Radio Show on Instagram and Y Hinton. You can find us on all platforms, and you can see us Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays on social media at 9:30 a.m. And you can see us Monday evenings, 6 p.m. for our live shows and replays. And you will soon, I have to get the date and everything for you guys, see me on TikTok with a conversation with Yolanda the lady. We want to sit back and talk to you all about a whole bunch of things. I want to make sure I get to know who you are. Hello, what is it? Lakeisha, how are you, young lady? How are you? So, yeah, I'm looking for actually a co-host, a guest co-host. So you all want to kind of like get with me, ladies. If there's a lady out there that's been looking to, be on a show, on a podcast, inbox me and say, you know what? I just would like to try it. I would just like to try it. Let's see if this works, conversation with Yolanda and just having someone to kind of like have a different perspective and to join me from time to time. I think that would be absolutely fabulous. So let's see how that works out. Yes, follow us on social media, and you can be a special guest, intern, or sponsor. It don't cost you a thing unless you are advertising something. But other than that, you can absolutely be a guest on the show. You got something going on, or you got something to say, or you want to advocate for a cause, or if you have an organization that's doing great things in the community, let us know. Or if you are able, if you're a sports buff, or if you love politics and you want to talk about women's issues or men's issues, if you're a guy and you want to, be a guest to talk about some of the things that you're doing, please inbox or FYI Radio Show live at gmail.com. That's the email address, FYI Radio Show live at gmail.com. Go ahead and email us and say, you know what? I'd like to come on your show. I'd like to be there. You can come on the morning show, the after dark show. We would love to have you. The number is 757-714-7861. You can call and say, look, I've been looking at you all on social media. I would love to join you all. I would like to be a part of a panel discussion. And I'd like to, speak up and speak out. Or I'd like to talk about something different than what you all are saying. My perspective is this. You all may believe this, but I believe that. I want to talk about that. Let's have a conversation. So I would love to have you all on. Inbox me right here if you'd like. Again, FYI Radio Show live at gmail.com. Would love to see you and have you on FYI. All right, given the contact information, we're going to see you on Fun Friday. We're going to do a review of a movie by Tyler Perry, women that made great strides in the military and accomplished much, brought the message of hope for many soldiers. It's a wonderful story. We will give you that information soon. So look, we're going to see you. Thank you so much, all you all that have joined us, all you all over here. You all are a blessing, and I want to say thank you. So we're going to say goodbye to TikTok. We're going to say goodbye to you guys, and we just appreciate you so much. You all have a wonderful day. And over here on our other platforms and channels, we want to say thank you. You all are blessed. We'll see you Friday, 9:30 a.m. Don't forget the information. If you all want to share the information, make sure you share the show with your friends, and tell people about, hey, what's going on in Virginia. Remember, with the voting and some of the things that are out here that's trying to trick us in a sense of voting other than how some of the Democratic Party wants to vote. So be blessed. You all have a wonderful, wonderful day.